What is God's sustaining grace? Is the power to keep you going even when sustaining grace is also the power and determination to do the right things when we don't feel like doing the right things. Saving grace versus sustaining grace. Ephesians 2 verse 8 to 9. For by grace you are saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God. Verse 9. It is not from works, so that no one can boast. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9. But he said to me, my grace is enough for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. So then I will boast most gladly about my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may reside in me. We read in the Philippians chapter 1 verse 6, for I am sure of this very thing, that the one who began a good work in you will perfect it until the day of Christ Jesus. When do we need the sustaining grace of God? Number 1, when we are tempted. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober and alert. Your enemy, the devil, like a roaring lion, is on the prowl looking for someone to devour. We read also in 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 12. So let the one who thinks he is standing be careful that he does not fall. When we are tired. Number 3, when we are troubled. How to connect with God for His sustaining grace? Number 1, ask for God's sustaining grace. Pray fervently. Number 2, study God's Word. Psalm 119. I'm reading verse 1. How blessed are those whose actions are blameless, who obey the law of the Lord. How blessed are those who observe His rules and seek Him with all their heart, who moreover do no wrong, but follow in His footsteps. You demand that your precept be carefully kept. If only I were predisposed to keep your statutes, then I would not be ashamed. If I were focused on all your commands, I will give you sincere thanks when I learn your just regulations. I will keep your statutes. Do not completely abandon me. How can a young person maintain a pure life? By guarding it according to your instructions. With all my heart I seek you. Do not allow me to stray from your commands. In my heart I store up your words, so I might not sin against you. You deserve praise, O Lord. Teach me your statute. With my lips I proclaim all the regulation you have revealed. I rejoice in the lifestyle prescribed by your rules, as if they were riches of all kinds. I will meditate on your precepts and focus on your behavior. I find delight in your statute. I do not forget your instruction. Be kind to your servant, then I will live and keep your instruction. Open my eyes so I can truly see the marvelous things in your law. I am like a foreigner in this land. Do not hide your commands from me. I desperately long to know your regulations at all times. You reprimand arrogant people. Those who stray from your commands are doomed. Spare me shame and humiliation, for I observe your rules. Though rulers plot and slander me, your servant meditates on your statutes. Yes, I find delight in your rules. They give me guidance. I collapse in the dirt. Revive me with your word. I told you about my ways, and you answered me. Teach me your statutes. Help me to understand what your precept mean. Then I can meditate on your marvelous teaching. I collapse from grief. Sustain me by your word. Remove me from the path of deceit. Graciously give me your law. I choose the path of faithfulness. I am committed to your regulations. I hold fast to your rules. O Lord, do not let me be ashamed. I run along the path of your commands, for you enable me to do so. Teach me, O Lord, the lifestyle prescribed by your statutes, so that I might observe it continually. Give me understanding so that I might observe your law and keep it with all my heart. Guide me in the path of your commands, for I delight to walk in it. Give me desire for your rules rather than for your wealth gained unjustly. Turn my eyes away from what is worthless. Revive me with your word. Confirm to your servant your promise which you made to the one who honors you. Take away the insult that I dread. Indeed, your regulations are good. Look, I long for your precepts. Revive me with your deliverance. May I experience your loyal love, O Lord, and your deliverance as you promised. Then I will have a reply for the one who insults me, for I trust in your word. Do not completely deprive me of a truthful testimony, for I wait your justice. Then I will keep your law continually now and for all time. I will be secure, for I seek your precepts. I will speak about your regulation before kings and not be ashamed. I will find delight in your commands, which I love. I will lift my hands to your commands, which I love, and I will meditate on your statutes. Remember your word to your servant, for you have given me hope. This is what comforts me in my trouble, for your promises revives me. Arrogant people do nothing but scoff at me, yet I do not turn aside from your law. I remember your ancient regulation, O Lord, and console myself. Rage takes hold of me because of the wicked, those who reject your law. Your statutes have been my songs in the house where I live. I remember your name during the night, O Lord, and I will keep your law. This has been my practice, for I observe your precepts. The Lord is my source of security. I have determined to follow your instructions. I seek your favor with all my heart. Have mercy on me as you promise. I consider my action and follow your rules. I keep your commands eagerly without delay. The ropes of the wicked tighten around me, but I do not forget your law. In the middle of the night, I arise to thank you for your just regulations. I am a friend to all your loyal followers and to those who keep your precepts. O Lord, your loyal love fills the earth. Teach me your statutes. You are good to your servant, O Lord, just as you promised. Teach me proper discernment and understanding, for I consider your commands to be reliable. Before I was afflicted, I used to stray up, but now I keep your instruction. You are good and you do good. Teach me your statutes. Arrogant people smear my reputation with lies, but I observe your precept with all my heart. Their hearts are callous, but I find delight in your law. It was good for me to suffer so that I might learn your statutes. The law you have revealed is more important to me than thousands of pieces of gold and silver. Your hands made me and formed me. Give me understanding so that I might learn your commands. Your loyal followers will be glad when they see me, for I find hope in your word. I know, Lord, that your regulations are just. You discipline me because of your faithful devotion to me. May your loyal love console me as you promise your servant. May I experience your compassion so I might live, for I find delight in your law. May the arrogant be humiliated, for they have slandered me, but I meditate on your precept. May your loyal followers turn to me, those who know your rules. May I be fully committed to your statutes, so that I might not be ashamed. I desperately long for your deliverance. I find hope in your word. My eyes grow tired as I wait for your promise to be fulfilled. I say, when you will comfort me. For I am like a wineskin dried up in smoke. I do not forget your statutes. How long must your servant endure this? When will you judge those who pursue me? The arrogant dig pits to trap me, which violate your law. All your commands are reliable. I am pursued without reason. Help me. They have almost destroyed me here on the earth, but I do not reject your precepts. Revive me with your loyal love that I might keep the rules you have revealed. O Lord, your instruction endure, they stand secure in heaven. You demonstrate your faithfulness to all generations. You established the earth and it stood firm. Today stand firm by your decrees for all the things your servants. If I had not found encouragement in your law, I would have died in my soul. I will never forget your precepts, for by them you have revived me. I belong to you, deliver me, for I seek your precept. The wicked prepare to kill me, yet I concentrate on your rules. I realize that everything has its limits, but your commands are beyond full comprehension. Oh, how I love your law. All day long I meditate on it. Your commandments make me wiser than my enemies, for I am always aware of them. I have more insight than all my teachers, for I meditate on your rules. I am more discerning than those older than I, for I observe your precept. I stay away from the evil path so that I might keep your instructions. I do not harm aside from your regulation, for you teach me. Your words are sweeter in my mouth than honey. Your precept give me discernment, therefore I hate all deceitful action. Your word is a lamp to walk by and a light to illumine my path. I have vowed and solemnly sworn to keep your just regulations. I am suffering terribly. O Lord, revive me with your word. O Lord, please accept the freewill offerings of my praise. Teach me your regulation. My life is in continual danger, but I do not forget your law. The wicked lay a trap for me, but I do not wander from your precept. I claim your rules as my permanent possession, for they give me joy. I am determined to obey your statutes at all times to the very end. I hate people with divided loyalties, but I love your law. You are my hiding place and my shield. I find hope in your word. Turn away from me, you evil men, so that I can observe the commands of my God. Sustain me as you promised, so that I will live. Do not disappoint me. Support me so that I will be delivered. Then I will focus on your statutes continually. You despise all who stray from your statute, for they are deceptive and unreliable. You remove all the wicked of the earth like slag. Therefore I love your rules. My body trembles because I fear you. I am afraid of your judgment. I do what is fair and right. Do not abandon me to my oppressor. Guarantee the welfare of your servant. Do not let the arrogant oppress me. My eyes grow tired as I wait for your deliverance, for reliable promise to be fulfilled. Show your servant your loyal love. Teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me insight so that I can understand your rules. It is time for the Lord to act, to break your law. For this reason I love your commands more than gold, even purest gold. For this reason I carefully follow all your precepts. I hate all deceitful actions. Your rules are marvelous, therefore I observe them. Your instructions are a doorway through which light shines. They give insight to the untrained. I open my mouth and pant because I long for your commands. Turn toward me and extend mercy to me as you typically do to your loyal followers. Direct my steps by your word. Do not let any sin dominate me. Deliver me from oppressive men so that I can keep your precepts. Smile on your servant. Teach me your statutes. Tears stream down from my eyes because people do not keep your law. You are just, O Lord, and your judgment are fair. The rules you impose are just and absolutely reliable. My zeal consumes me, for my enemies forget your instruction. Your word is absolutely pure, and your servant loves it. I am insignificant and despised, yet I do not forget your precepts. Your justice endures and your law is reliable. Distress and hardship confront me, yet I find delight in your commands. Your rules remain just. Give me insight so that I can live. I cried out with all my heart. Answered me, O Lord, I will observe your statutes. I cried out to you, deliver me so that I can keep your rules. I am up before dawn, crying for help. I find hope in your word. My eyes anticipate the nighttime hours so that I can meditate on your word. Listen to me because of your loyal love, O Lord. Revive me as you typically do. Those who are eager to do wrong, draw near, they are far from your law. You are near, O Lord, and all your commands are reliable. I learned long ago that you ordain your rules to last. See my pain and rescue me, for I do not forget your law. Fight for me and defend me. Revive me with your word. The wicked have no chance for deliverance, for they do not seek your statutes. Your compassion is great, O Lord. Revive me as you typically do. The enemies who chase me are numerous, yet I do not turn aside from your rules. I take note of the treacherous and despise them because they do not keep your instruction. See how I love your precept, O Lord. Revive me with your loyal love. Your instructions are totally reliable, or your just regulation endure. Rulers pursue me for no reason, yet I am more afraid of disobeying your instructions. I rejoice in your instructions like one who finds much plunder. I hate and despise deceit. I love your law. 7 times a day I praise you because of your just regulation. Those who love your law are completely secure. Nothing causes them to stumble. I hope for your deliverance, O Lord, and I obey your commands. I keep your rules. I love them greatly. I keep your precepts and rules, for you are aware of everything I do. Listen to my cry for help. O Lord, give me insight by your word. Listen to my appeal for mercy. Deliver me as you promise. My praise flow freely from my lips, for you teach me your statutes. May my tongue sing about your instruction, for all your commands are just. May your hand help me, for I choose to obey your precepts. I long for your deliverance, O Lord. I find delight in your law. May I live and praise you. May your regulation help me. I have wandered off like a lost sheep. Come looking for your servant, for I do not forget your commands. Number 3. Rely on God's promises. Conclusion. 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. But he said to me, my grace is enough for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. So then I will boast most gladly about my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may reside in me.